Alright, welcome to the next video battle report from Capture and Control. This is going to be between Sands Grey Knights and Overwatch's Salamanders. So we rolled up Spearhead with 3 objectives. We have one objective here in the ruins. We have one objective here near the center. And the third objective right here on the other side near the center. In Overwatch's Salamander list we have 2 Vindicators with siege shields. We have 2 combat squad and tactical squads. One combat squad is in this Razorback here. The other is in a Razorback over here. The missile launchers from both squads are in the ruins here, combat squatted. And each Razorback is a sergeant who is bear and a flamer. There is a 10-man squad of Thunderhammer Stormshield Terminators with a Librarian with Terminator armor and Storm Shield. His powers are Null Zone and Gate of Infinity. And we have a 5-man Terminator squad, Thunderhammer Storm Shield with Vulcan and the Land Raider Redeemer. Over on this side, we have Sands 2 Storm Ravens. One has a squad of Purifiers. We have 2 Rhinos with 10-man squads of Purifiers. A Vindicare Assassin up in the building over there. And Castle and Crow is in reserve. And there is also a Librarian and the Storm Raven with 10 Purifiers. So 1 Storm Raven is empty. We have the attempt to seize the initiative.
Yes.
Sands seizes the initiative. Okay, we have the end of Sands' first turn. He, after seizing the initiative, moved both Storm Ravens flat out, and the 2 Rhinos moved up onto the road and popped smoke. The Vindicare, using turbo penetrator rounds, was able to blow up one of the Vindicators. The Storm Raven in the front was able to immobilize the Razorback, and the other Storm Raven failed to do anything with his multi-melta to the other Vindicator. Okay, we're at the end of Overwatch's turn 1. The Terminators moved up, Vindicator moved over. The non-immobilized Razorback made a run on the street. The Land Raider unloaded everything on the front Storm Raven here. Nothing happened, but 1 hit got through, but cover save was made. Same thing happened on the back one. Same thing happened from the Vindicator. The Razorbacks shot at the back Rhino with 1 glancing hit. Cover save was also made. Sand attempted to cast Shrouding twice, and the Psychic Hood nullified it. So now we will move on to turn 2. Alright, we're at the top of turn 2. Sand managed to use his special psychic missiles and destroy the Librarian who just used to be there, along with 2 other Terminators from that squad. The Rhino, or the Razorback over there, is wrecked. Squad bailed out. The Vindicator over here can't shoot or move this turn. And that's it. So now it's on to Overwatch's turn 2. Alright, it's the end of Overwatch's turn 2. The Terminators made a terrible roll for difficult terrain, but then rolled a 6 to run, so they're up in that terrain piece right there. The Land Raider moved over slightly, and the 1 squad went to hide in a building with no line of sight, so you can't assault or shoot them. Then we had 2 missile launchers and the Land Raider shooting at the Storm Raven right there. It was stunned. That one didn't move flat. Okay, it's the end of Sands' turn 3. Castle and Crow did come in from reserves and is trying to go after the squad that I hid. His Storm Ravens both moved flat out. 1 machine-spirited multi-melta into the Land Raider, blowing it up, killing 1 Terminator that was inside. The other one shot Cybolt ammoed assault cannons at the front squad of Tactical Marines, killing 2. The Vindicare finally was able to pop the last Vindicator, and the Terminators here took 3 deaths from armor saves from the squads in the Rhino on the right. Alright, it's now the end of Overwatch's turn 3. We have Terminators once again failed to roll very well to move through terrain, so they're just strung out in the middle. We had missile launchers shooting at Storm Ravens in the back here that did nothing at all. The Terminators moved up and assaulted. Vulcan hit 3 times with 3 6s. managed to glance. One hammer managed to glance. We took off the assault cannon. In the back over here, the tactical squad was able to put a wound on Castle and Crow with shooting from bolt pistols. Assaulted Castle and Crow, who decided to hammer hand, and he rolled Snake Eyes for Perils of the Warp, failed his test, having only 2 wounds. Castle and Crow killed himself before the Salamanders could assault. Now we're on to turn 4. Okay, it's the end of Sans turn 4. He had his Storm Ravens finally split off from one another. One came over here and took the heavy bolter off of the Razorback. The other moved 12 inches over there and unloaded its Purifier squad. Then these guys, the Purifiers in the center, got out of their Rhinos. One squad managed to kill all 5 Terminators because they failed 7 armor saves. The Vindicare managed to shoot and stun the Razorback. The Storm Raven over here shot at the squad that used to be standing there, and they are now gone. And the other squad of Purifiers who did not shoot the Terminators killed 1 Terminator from Vulcan's unit. Here we're at the end of Overwatch's turn 4. The combat squad and the Razorback got out and ran over to the ruins. The Terminators and Vulcan moved on up into the wreckage of that Razorback over there. This combat squad took a single missile launcher shot at the Storm Raven and missed. And that's it. Okay, we're at the end of Sans turn 5. The Storm Raven is actually on top of the Land Raider, but it previously fell off, so we decided that was a bad idea. His one squad of Purifiers got back in their Rhino. The other squad moved forward and killed the tactical squad here. The Vindicare actually killed the last sergeant. The Psy cannons from inside that Rhino took out a Terminator, and that was it. Nothing else happened. We're at the end of Overwatch's turn 5. The missile launcher failed to hit the Storm Raven. Vulcan and his Terminators moved out. Sandcast Sanctuary, and I rolled a actual dangerous terrain for all 3 of them, but passed all of the saves, so that was fine. Destroyed the Rhino and shook the Storm Raven. And now we're going to roll to see if the game ends.
No.
No, unfortunately it does not. This is the end of Sans turn 6, and I am left with an immobilized Razorback and a combat squad of 4 Marines. Vulcan and his Terminators survived 2 full sets of shooting, but then were charged with halberds and falchions at initiative 10 and, died. As the end of Overwatch's turn 6, I shot at the Storm Raven and missed, but the turn ended, so that's game over.